Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Alexander Grace.
I mean, the thought that I feel so weird saying it. I don't even know how to say it. I'm sorry. You're physically stronger than me. If you wanted to, you could kill me. I would say that you would never do that. But, like, there is not a 0% chance of that happening either. The reality of that has been weighing on me lately. And I'm scared to talk to you about it because...
Just because we've been stronger than you our whole lives, now all of a sudden you're scared? This is the problem I have with women like this, right? They do all of this, but men have always been stronger than you. Every single man around you. Why is it a problem right now?
I don't want you to get the idea to do anything.
Thank you for sharing that with me. That is emotionally powerful and super heavy for you to carry.
I'm scared to talk to you about it because I don't want you to get the idea to do something. Like her loving husband's desire to kill her is like just bubbling underneath the surface. All it would take is a suggestion. When it comes to women's emotions, it is often very difficult to track the logic. He was so kind and patient in his response, and she said that he knew he would never do anything. The terror that she's experiencing, that level of like shaking fear,
She's all made up in her own head. They are crazy.
A little difficult for me to understand. But to be fair, women's emotions are often confusing even to themselves.
Okay, I
Can
guess,
someone
true.
please explain to me this logic in my brain? Bitching and moaning, always want a guy, yay, cool, but finally meet someone, right? He's nice, he dresses well, he's clean, which is the thing. He has a good job, he has a car, he has a good relationship with his mother. He opens the door for me when I get into my car. Amazing, great, super nice. We talk about a whole bunch of different things. He's genuinely just a nice guy. But do you think that my brain and my heart, nothing.
Yep.
Not even a little flicking, nothing. But let a half-baked person walk past filled with toxicity and narcissism and red flags like a state fair. Oh yeah, put me down.
Yes, that's what I'm here for. I would love to explain what's happening in your brain. Here's what's going on. Men are stronger than you, and masculinity outside of your control can feel dangerous, and you want to feel safe. So you and your generation of women have encouraged men to be soft, emotional, vulnerable, open. You've told them to be women, essentially. You've encouraged them to be feminine. And this is because you imagine that if men become women, then they're not going to feel threatening to you anymore. And you believe this wholeheartedly,
Which is so crazy. We are still just physically stronger than you.
every part of your being is on board with this, so much so that you think that when you meet a guy like that who's emotional and vulnerable, that you're going to be attracted to him, that he's going to elicit a sexual response inside you. But then when you actually meet a guy like that, this happens.
You're such a major green flag that I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, that's okay. But thank you so much for saying that.
No, I love the way you interacted with everyone. You're so polite and like you're just down for like the criticism as well. But I think it's like too much of a green flag that I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna ruin you.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah, women are horrible. They know they ruin men.
Wait, so you're saying he's too perfect, therefore you're gonna reject him?
Yeah.
Understood.
Oh, so much to say about this. Back to this lady and the man who was too much of a green flag for her to be attracted
Whatever that means.
to him. The thing is that the data on women's sexual arousal is very consistent and it applies cross-culturally. It's universal. Women everywhere find the same traits inside men attractive. They want a man with status. They want him to be dominant. They want him to be strong. They want him to have authority. This woman is terrified of her husband because he's physically stronger than her. But guess what? If he was weaker than her, they never would have got together in the first place. She wouldn't have found him attractive. And this puts men in an impossible situation where they can't win. And maybe that's by design. I'm going to discuss that in part 2. But essentially, every man has a choice. He can be the man that she says that she wants, very soft, feminine, emotional, and vulnerable, and accept the fact that no woman's going to find him sexually attractive. Or he can be strong, he can be dominant and authoritative and risk losing social approval, but be sexually attractive to women.
We both have the same type of man. Like, we like a nasty fucker.
We like a fucking criminal. Like, straight up someone who is so visibly violent. That is our type.
Like, someone that if we bring them home to our parents
Is that why they like me? I just look physically violent all the time or something?
or show them to our friends, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do they have gold teeth?
You should never even have approached that man in the first place. That is someone who will lead you into a violent and tragic death. And Natalie and I
They're gonna kill your dog.
They're gonna kill your dog. They're gonna kill or fuck your dog. And Natalie and I are like, hot, hot, hot.
Did you know that 62% of women have had rape fantasies? Only 9% of women found them completely aversive. 5 times as many, 45%, found them completely erotic. And 46% found them both erotic and aversive. The female mind is a fascinating place. There is something deep in the female psyche that responds to male aggression. Even if she's saying she wants men who are feminine and soft and safe. If that seems contradictory, yeah, it is. And that's why this woman is confused. There's a gap between what she says she wants and what she actually wants, and that's confusing.
I feel like every girl says they want a guy that's in touch with their emotions until you get one.
Okay, here's what you need to understand about women, which is that in her ideal world, there are 2 types of men in the population. These are the circumstances that would make her feel the most safe. Mostly for the population of men on the planet, she basically wants them to be castrated. Physically strong, yes, with the ability to do hard labor, but essentially harmless. Free from aggression, from sexuality, ambition, independence. She wants, a population of men who are no threat to her at all.
Mindless robots that don't attack women, pretty much.
For 99.99% of men, that's what she wants. That's how she wishes they were, because that would be safe. But, and here's the crucial thing, that's not what she wants for her man. No, absolutely not. She wants the opposite. She wants him strong and tough. She wants a capable leader, a builder, a creator, a warrior. She wants her man to be the top of the hierarchy. She wants him to be powerful. And she also wishes that same strength for her family and friends, the men who are close to her, the ones that are on her team. She wants her tribe to be filled with tough men, but all the other men on the planet to be weak. One of the reasons why this is difficult for men to understand is because we can't relate to it. We don't want there to be 2 different types of women on the planet. The qualities that you love and admire in your girlfriend or wife, that she's funny, she's kind, she's smart, whatever it is, you wouldn't have a problem if all of the women in your country had those exact same qualities. No. You're like, I love my wife. She's so sweet. She's so generous. If the entire female population was like that, that's not a problem. And as a man, you tend to think in terms of universal principles. You want things to be fair across the board, but women are operating under a different calculus. They're not thinking so much in terms of what's fair. They're not worried about being accused of being hypocritical or inconsistent or anything like that. No, they're quite comfortable thinking in terms of themselves.
You have to stop being fair and start being selfish.
You see, women have their own type of consistency. She's always going to act according to what benefits her. That's her guiding principle, acting in her own interest, and her behavior is always going to be in alignment with that. And it's from that perspective that you can see that obviously it's in her best interest that most men are weak and are of no threat to her. They're strong enough to contribute and do the hard labor that she relies upon, and they're suggestible. They're able to, be told what to do, but she doesn't want a bunch of men who go rogue and are potentially dangerous to her. So you can see why she benefits from most men being weak, but she also benefits by the men close to her being strong. If they're on,
because he defends against all the weak men
on her team, then that strength is not a threat. That's what keeps her safe. So there's the contradiction. This is the source of her confusion. She's got one set of rules for men, but a different set of rules for her man. This is so important to understand that this is how women evaluate men. They look at their proximity to that man. They consider their relationship to that man. Whether she judges him as good or bad or dangerous or protective, it all has to do with her, what his relationship is to her. It's not based on any objective criteria. Consider Diane Keaton, Scarlett Johansson, Blake Lively, all these feminist women who are supporters of Me Too and Time's Up and, speak out, on the behalf of survivors of sexual assault. And yet, when the time came, they all defended Woody Allen. I mean, how? It's fascinating, isn't it? Like, we must believe all women. We must protect young girls from predatory men, unless that man's on my team. In which case, the accusations from that 7-year-old girl, no, she's a liar. Feminist principles are just so quickly abandoned when the man in question is her ally, when that man is on her team. Look up the interviews with those women when they're talking about Woody Allen and they say things like, well, he's always been nice to me. He told me he didn't do it, so I believed him. Like, he's never done anything in my relationship that would make me doubt him. Like, oh, that's all it takes, really? According to Ronan Farrow, when Meryl Streep first heard about the accusations about Harvey Weinstein, her response, verbatim, he quotes this in his book, is, oh, but he supports such good causes. It's fascinating, isn't it? But I don't mean to come across as too cynical, because in truth, women have good reason to stand up for the men in their lives, because these are the men that serve as protectors. She relies upon his strength, and women have had to develop certain defenses against attacks on their man from other women. There is a lot of unacknowledged jealousy between women when, like, one woman in a friend group, she has a really amazing husband. He's strong, he's protective, and obviously, like, his power radiates through to her and puts her in an advantageous position. But if one of the other female friends is single and lonely, she's going to be jealous of that other friend's husband. And so there can be a lot of like manipulation and underhanded, like trying to undermining each other's relationships.
We see it all the time. Misery loves company.
Because you want your man, to be strong, but basically all other men, remember, she kind of wants them to be weak. It's one of the reasons why I advise men to monitor the relationships that his girlfriend or wife has with other women, because if she starts spending time with women who are single and miserable, you need to be very vigilant that those women aren't trying to undermine your relationship. Now, usually you don't need to get personally involved, because if you are taking care of business and you're a strong man inside a relationship, then your wife or girlfriend, she's going to feel secure. And a woman who's secure is usually pretty good at sniffing out, the difference between like genuine compassion and like concern from a female friend versus just the appearance, the performance of that, because she's actually trying to undermine your relationship.
I just want to point out to you snaggletooth some bitches who decided that in the comments of one of my videos where I was praising my husband for being a good man, where you guys were like, you're obsessed with him. You should really figure out how to not be around him like that because it's good to be independent. Fuck you. You bitches don't even have a man. So if I want to be a husband's girl, because that's what I am, I'm all about my man, my man, my man. Do you understand? Then I'm going to do that. If I decide to get up on here and praise him because he decided to take care of me the way that God sees fit, then I will. And you miserable bitches can suck my ass cheeks from left to right and then in a fucking circle. And then after, matter of fact, you can kiss my ass 2 ways to Sunday and twice on a motherfucking Monday. All right? Because at the end of the day, I don't understand for the life of me what type of miserable bitch you have to be to decide to go to somebody's video where they are happily married to a person who loves them and then spew such hatred and vitriol. It makes 0% of fuck all sense to me.
Well, hopefully after watching this video, it actually does make sense, because this is not random. These women commenting on your videos, trying to undermine your marriage, that's not an accident. They're not doing it out of genuine concern. They're jealous and they don't like the idea of there being strong, capable men out there who aren't on their team. I want to go into more depth on why women attack each other's relationships.
This literally explains the misery loves company and how women really undermine each other, right? We've seen it. We know about it. This just went in depth a little bit more. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.